What's going on, everybody? Johnny Sports Talk here. And we are at the beginning of the Great Football Depression. It's a time where many football fans, like myself, don't know what the hell to do with ourselves. All we can really do is sit back and watch our team try to improve upon from last season. And with the Philadelphia Eagles, the main talk that has been going on all offseason so far has been the question at the quarterback position. And I feel like this topic of conversation has been beaten to death, to the point where I kind of missed the do-to-deal conversations from last offseason. That was a complete joke, guys. But let's face it, guys, the quarterback position is probably the most important position in all sports. And the Eagles haven't had stability at the position since Donovan McNabb was there. And just from listening to other fans, radio, and TV, I feel everyone is split down the middle when it comes to this conversation. Do we keep Sam Bradford? Do we look into the draft this season? Or use a cheaper veteran like a Fitzpatrick or a Chase Daniel or a Mark Sanchez? So I kind of wanted to give my pros and cons of Sam Bradford, who was obviously our quarterback last season and is the topic of conversation on the table when it comes to the quarterback position. So personally myself, I don't hate Sam Bradford. Nor do I think it'd be the worst thing to happen if he were to come back next season. If he were to come back next season, it would continue continuity that he had with this offense. And if you look at his numbers, in the last 6.5 games he played last season, he threw 10 touchdowns with 4 interceptions, over almost 2,000 yards, and a completion percentage of almost 70. And just looking at this offense next season and seeing Doug Peterson, what he did in his time in Kansas City, it was a more run-based offense. And they ran the ball very efficiently, which was very impressive due to the fact that they lost their top rusher in Jamal Charles and threw in guys like Sharkandrick West and Spencer Ware, guys you've never heard of, and a line that is pretty good but not the best. So I see the Eagles improving this offensive line this offseason and catering the offense more to the run game, which would help Sam Bradford so much more, creating more play action opportunities and would take some more pressure off of him. And we can continue developing our skills position guys, especially out wide, which we all know has not been the best the past couple seasons. Now, my concerns with Sam Bradford, it's no secret the number one issue has to be durability. The guy has only played 2 full seasons in his 6-year NFL career. He's 28 now, about to turn 29 in November. He's not getting any younger. It has to concern me that he is one hit away from another injury. And he's not the biggest guy in the world. He's about 6'4", 220. And if you see the way he's built, he looks like a little stick out there. Now let's get to the important part, the money issue. Now if you look at the NFL quarterback landscape and where you would rank Sam Bradford, to me, he's obviously not a top 10, maybe not even top 15, top 20 probably. And if you look at guys' salaries that you would compare him most to, your Alex Smiths, Jay Cutler, Colin Kaepernick, these guys are getting paid in the $15 to $18 million a year range. Now you tell me, Eagles fans, with all the other needs we have on this team, do you really want to pay Sam Bradford $15 to $18 million a year? And you got to think too, we have to sign, number one priority, we have to sign Fletcher Cox back. He is a dominant defensive player in this league, and he's going to get paid like the top defensive tackles have been getting paid the past couple seasons. And another player too we haven't been really talking about in Eagles land is Walter Thurman. The guy only had the best year of his career, and the Eagles even haven't had conversations over a new contract yet. And there's the whole franchise tag talk, but if the Eagles are really looking to franchise tag Sam Bradford, it would have happened by now. And if we were to do that, that would be a $19.5 million cap hit to us. I think the key, though, to the Sam Bradford contract negotiations is going to come down to Kirk Cousins. He's another quarterback who is sort of similar to Sam Bradford in the ability category, and he's up for contract too. Now, he had the best year of his career as well, and they're having some troubles down in Washington trying to sign him back. But whatever the money guarantee is for him and the years he's going to get from Washington is going to play a role in what Philly wants to do with Sam Bradford. So watch out for that. Now, to me, Sam Bradford is tough. Like I said, there's good to him, but there's also some flaws to him. I would bring back Sam Bradford at the right price, guys. This guy is not a 17, 18, 19 million dollar a year quarterback. He's just not. But if we're able to get him at a discounted price, I am a 100% on board of bringing him back for at least a 3-year contract. I do not want to see him here past 3 years. But these retread quarterbacks are very tough for me to determine whether or not they're worth it or not. I look at the past couple years at guys like Alex Smith, guys like Jay Cutler, guys like Carson Palmer who've been to other places and come to new places to try and win. And I just don't see that equating a championship. We saw this past season, Carson Palmer had his best career yet. But I blame, in part, I blame Arizona not getting to the Super Bowl on him. Another factor too when it comes to the quarterback position is looking at the guys that are coming out in this year's draft. And if we look at this season, there's only 3 quarterbacks really that are jumping up at the top of the board. That would be Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, and Paxton Lynch. And just looking at these different mock drafts, it's looking like Carson Wentz and Jared Goff will probably most likely not be there at 13, which leads us to Paxton Lynch. To me, Paxton Lynch, I am so on. I see good things out of him, and I also see bad things. If you turn on the film of him playing SMU, you're going to see some great shit. If you put on the film him playing an Auburn or a Temple, you're not going to be impressed at all. You got to be careful when it comes to quarterbacks coming from lower divisions or lower conferences. And he's coming from the AAC, which, let's face it, you're not producing the top NFL talent year in and year out every year. But these next upcoming weeks are going to be very crucial for Eagles Nation. We've got free agency and we've got the combine coming. Those 2 events are going to be very crucial. Free agency, we're always going to see if we sign Sam Bradford back. And the combine we'll see as well, and see if there is a quarterback in this year's draft that we can use. The key in the Sam Bradford negotiation is going to be Howie Roseman. He's done a great job on re-signing our own guys, where it's only going to be a $4 million cap hit this year. So if we go in the route of Sam Bradford, I have faith in Howie Roseman is going to make the best deal possible, not only for the Eagles, but for Sam Bradford. These Sam Bradford talks have driven me crazy this offseason. But we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Johnny's Sports Talk. I'll see you guys later. Drop top Rolls Royce, but the top is on.